Many people have asked me to review Goosebumps books. I didn't read the series as a kid because they were too scary for me. Now that I'm an adult, they're still too scary for me, but I have a secret weapon, a sarcastic middle schooler. I read the book to her at night in the dark. She made so much fun of the main character's family, I was way less scared than I otherwise would have been. Argo Fump Book Review, Argo Fump Book Review. The narrator of this book is 12-year-old Amanda Benson. Her 11-year-old brother Josh is a whiny brat who constantly complains about everything. He's so bad, I actually wanted to see him get killed by zombies just so he would shut up. The family is moving to the creepy town of Dark Falls. Dad just inherited a house here from a great uncle he's never heard of before. That's super suspicious, but Dad isn't very smart, so he takes the offer without a second thought. Mom is kind of mean and yells a lot. I'd probably yell a lot too if I had to put up with Josh on a daily basis. Their pet terrier Petey is cute, but he barks at everything and escapes all the time. So most of the family has problems. I give them a 75% chance of being killed by zombies. Their new house is the dead house. It's creepy, old, and looks abandoned. A realtor named Mr. Dawes shows them around. Amanda sees a boy in the doorway of her room, but when she goes inside, he's not there. Josh and Petey also disappear. The family searches the house and the silent neighborhood before finding them running around in the cemetery. I think Petey's trying to warn the family about the zombies. Good dog! My dog only barks at stuff like napkins, or if I get out of my chair too quickly. Amanda sees people in her house twice. She hears whispers in her room, and the curtain flutters noisily, even though the window is firmly shut. There's also a fake-out scare prank, where Josh grabs Amanda's shoulder as a joke. Get used to someone playing scare pranks on the main character. That happens a lot in the Goosebumps series. Amanda and Josh meet Ray Thurston and the other neighborhood kids. All of them say they used to live in Amanda's house. They trap our heroes in a giant circle and slowly walk towards them, like they're about to attack. Mr. Dawes interrupts. After that, the kids act normal, and nobody mentions the murder circle again. You think that would be something Amanda would mention, but no. 2 weeks later, Mom and Dad go to a neighborhood party. Josh wakes Amanda up at midnight and says he's going to the cemetery to look for Petey. That is a terrible decision, Josh. Ray's outside. He tries to stop them from reaching the cemetery. He says they can't go there. They ignore Ray and keep going. Josh runs around uselessly, and Amanda finds Ray's tombstone. Ray confesses that he's dead. The entire town is made up of zombies. They need fresh blood to survive, so every year they lure a new family to the dead house. Amanda and her family are the newest victims. On a really sad note, Petey is dead. Dogs can always tell if someone's a zombie, so they murdered Petey and made him a zombie dog. Now Petey smells like death and doesn't recognize his old owners. We never see zombie Petey, which is a lost opportunity for scares, but at the same time, I would probably be heartbroken if we did see the dead dog. Ray starts to kill Amanda by hovering over her and choking her. Josh saves Amanda by total accident. He shines a flashlight on Ray. Ray's skin slowly melts off, revealing his skeleton. His eyeballs fall out, and he collapses into bones and dust. It is super freaky. Definitely the best scare of the book. Amanda and Josh rush home. A panicked Mr. Dawes arrives. He says the neighbors formed a murder circle and attacked their parents. They barely managed to escape. Instead of leaving town right away, Mom and Dad decided to hide in the cemetery. Why does everyone in this family make terrible decisions that are going to get them killed? Too late, Amanda realizes it's a trap. Mr. Dawes is one of the zombies. He attacks. Josh throws the flashlight at Mr. Dawes, who gives up and walks away without warning any of the other zombies. Well, that was easy. All the zombies go to an amphitheater where mom and dad are tied up. They prepare to feast on the parents when Amanda and Josh knock over an old tree. The amphitheater is flooded with sunlight, and all the zombies are destroyed. From what I can tell, all the Goosebumps books end with a big cliffhanger where it's revealed the danger's not over. In this case, Amanda has a brief vision of herself as a zombie greeting the next family of victims. She shakes off the vision and leaves. The end. Post-book follow-up. I think this is a good book in general. It sets the tone and expectations for the series quite nicely. Although I would have swapped this with book 2, because book 2 is way scarier. The first two-thirds of the book are slow-paced. Most of the scares revolve around Amanda seeing people in her house. There's also the worst scare of the book, which is Amanda finds folded laundry on her bed. That's not scary. And it happens twice. Yeah, let's use that scare twice. Ray doesn't appear until page 56 of 121. So it's almost halfway through the book before we meet a character besides the family or the realtor. I think the book would be improved if one of the zombie characters appeared in chapter 2, where they search the whole neighborhood for Josh. It would have worked perfectly to introduce a character there. The final third of the book is good, scary, and fast-paced. I wish the rest of the book had been just as exciting. It's a little odd that the showdown takes place at the cemetery and not the titular dead house, but I think it works well. I have just one question. Who makes the tombstones for all the town's citizens? Everyone in town is undead. Do they make their own tombstones? Because if they hadn't made tombstones, Amanda never would have figured out the town's big secret. Overall, I liked the book. It did not scare me away from the Goosebumps series, despite being a scary zombie murder book. As I said, the last third of the book is great. The first two-thirds are okay. The way the math works out, I give Goosebumps number 1, Welcome to Dead House. 7 zombies out of 10.